Hello and welcome to Awaz News. I'm Kurali and I'll be taking you through big news across Canada. How to get the updated COVID-19 vaccine and flu shot in Toronto this fall. Brantford, Ontario man found with unregistered guns attempted to import child sex doll, police. Ontario Auditor General investigating government's use of zoning tool to override municipalities. Explosive disposal unit called to Scarborough Police Station after grenade dropped off. Ontario to create database to track workplace-related illnesses. 9 arrested in kidnapping of Toronto woman at Mississauga nightclub. Brampton school briefly placed in lockdown after stabbing. Those were the headlines, and let's jump right into the details. An explosive disposal unit has been called to Scarborough Police Station after a member of the public brought in a grenade, Toronto Police say. In a social media post, Toronto Police said the grenade was brought into 41 Division located on Eglinton Avenue near Birchbound Road shortly before 12:30 p.m. Please do not turn in guns, ammo, explosives to police stations, the post read. Call police will come to you. No injuries have been reported. Ontario's Auditor General has confirmed it is investigating the government's use of ministers' zoning orders (MZO) to open up development opportunities in the province while overriding local approval processes. In a letter dated October 6 to the official opposition, Acting Auditor General Nick Stavropoulos confirmed that an audit on government's process for selecting and approving ministers' zoning orders was chosen as part of their normal audit selection process. The audit began on August 30th. The NDP had written to Stavropoulos' office in late September asking that the Auditor General investigate the expansion of some municipal boundaries as well as the government's land use policies. In their request, the NDP claimed that there was evidence that some developers who stood to benefit from the Greenbelt land removals were also given preferential treatment when it came to the government's decision to change municipal official plans. In many cases, the ministerial changes to OPs, including mandated urban boundary expansions, evidently conflicted with provincial policy and the recommendations of the professional staff planners in the municipalities such as Hamilton, Ottawa, Waterloo, York, Peel, Niagara, Peterborough, Halton, and Wellington, the NDP wrote at the time. We ask that your office specifically consider whether such decisions were evidence-based and consistent with provincial plans, policies, and statuses, as well as their impact on smooth functioning of municipal and provincial planning and approval processes. The MZO is a provincial mechanism that allows the government to rezone a piece of land and override municipal development constrictions. Recently in May, Mississauga Mayor Bonnie Crombie spoke out about the use of the controversial tool to double the size of a mixed-use community and fast-track developments on 2 other parcels of land. The Auditor General noted 2 years ago that progressive conservative government was frequently using MZOs to overcome potential barriers and delays to development. 44 MZOs were issued by the government between March 2019 and March 2021. In past, about 1 was issued per year, the 2021 report said. The Auditor General found that about 17 of the 44 orders were issued to the same 7 development groups. It's not clear when their office will submit its latest report. Police west of Hamilton have charged a 58-year-old man after he tried to import a child sex doll and was found to be in possession of a number of unregistered guns. Brantford police said an investigation by the Services Internet Child Exploitation (ICE) unit launched last month after received information from the Canada Border Services Agency (CBSA) that a resident had ordered a child sex doll. A search warrant was executed by ICE and CBSA officers at a residence on Newport Road on October 3rd, and the man was arrested, a spokesperson for Brantford Police told Awaz News. Upon the man's arrest, police said several computers and electronic devices were seized as well as a number of unregistered firearms. The 58-year-old suspect is charged with importing child pornography, possession of child pornography, 5 counts of unauthorized possession of a firearm, and 5 counts of knowledge of unauthorized possession of a firearm. The accused was not identified in a news release announces the charges, and police would not provide the suspect's name to Awaz News, citing the charges are before the court. Brantford police said investigators were able to intercept the shipment of the child sex doll by way of Criminal Code of Canada, which prohibits the sexualization of children through photographs, film, video, or other visual representation. This is not a victimless crime, Inspector Kevin Reeder of the Brantford Police Service said in a news release issued Tuesday. The promotion and purchase of sex dolls resembling a child reinforce relationships of power, inequality, and violence, projecting an unhealthy image, making children vulnerable. Police are asking anyone with information relating to this investigation or other sexual crimes against children to call the Brantford Police Services ICE unit at 519-756-0113 or Crime Stoppers anonymously. Toronto Public Health is opening up thousands of new appointments to select Torontonians for the updated monovalent COVID-19 vaccine as part of its fight to flu and COVID-19 vaccination campaign this fall. TPH said 4,250 new appointments have been added at fixed site vaccination clinics, and an additional 8,500 will be available in the coming days to help get Torontonians vaccination ahead of the winter season. The vaccination campaign will start with priority groups, including people aged 65 and older, residents and staff in congregate living settings, pregnant individuals, children between the ages of 6 months and 4 years old, individuals who are from a First Nation, Inuit, or Métis community and their household members of racialized and other equity deserving communities, and individuals with chronic underlying health conditions. Toronto Public Health's fixed vaccination clinics can be found at Cloverdale Mall, located at 250 the East Mall, Metro Hall on Wellington Street, near John Street in the city's downtown core, the North York Civic Center at 5100 Yonge Street, and 410 Progressive Avenue near the Scarborough Town Center. Toronto Public Health mobile clinics will also now be offering COVID-19 and flu vaccines to residents of shelters and naturally occurring retirement communities, as well as clients of newcomer agencies. Flu vaccines will also be available at more than 700 participating pharmacies for high-risk populations before they are made available to members of the general public. Starting on October 31st, all Toronto residents will be eligible to receive their updated COVID-19 vaccine and annual flu shot at the same time at fixed site vaccination clinics, pharmacies, or with primary health care providers. Members of the general public will be able to book an appointment through Toronto Public Health starting on October 25th, and only one appointment will be required to get both the COVID-19 vaccine and the flu shot. TPH encourages all Torontonians to get their COVID-19 and flu vaccines as soon as it is their turn. Getting vaccinated is an easy and effective way to be protected. Both vaccines are free for people 6 months of age and older who live, work, or attend school in Ontario, Toronto Public Health said in a news release issued Tuesday. Public Health confirmed that while an OHIP card is not required at TPH clinics, it may be requested by other healthcare providers. The Ontario government is creating a database that will track workplace-related illnesses, something officials say is the first registry of its kind in Canada. In a news release issued Tuesday, the province said that many workplace illnesses go undiagnosed or are unreported due to a delay between exposure and symptoms. While Ontario has one of the strongest health and safety records of any jurisdiction anywhere, too many workers are falling through the cracks when it comes to occupational illness, said new Minister of Labour David Piccini in statement. The Occupational Exposure Registry will track exposures, identify at-risk workers, and improve worker compensation, the government says. It also has the potential to expand the list of presumptive illness and in Ontario and help with early diagnosis. The registry is set to address one of 41 recommendations made in a report commissioned by government that reviewed the occupational disease landscape. According to Workplace Safety Insurance Board WSIB data, an illness is classified as an occupational disease when there is acute or chronic exposure to chemical, biological, or physical agents while at place of employment. It also includes noise-induced hearing loss. The Ontario Federation of Labour said in a statement that it supports the government's proposal to create the registry, citing a study that found less than 10% of Ontarians with occupational cancers get compensated for their illness. According to WSIB data, the number of allowed occupational disease claims has steadily increased over the last few years. In 2022, there were 40,193 allowed claims or claims where workers were entitled to benefits made in Ontario, equaling about $82.5 million in payouts. A year earlier, there were 33,596 allowed claims. In 2020, 23,402 allowed claims were filed, nearly half of the number for 2022. So far in 2023, 13,764 allowed claims have been filed. The province will also create an occupational illness leadership table made of industry experts and advocates to implement the other report recommendations. 9 people have been arrested in connection with the alleged kidnapping of a woman from a Mississauga nightclub back in August, Peel police say. According to police, a Toronto woman visited a nightclub in the area of Britannia Road East and Dixie Road on night of August 24th, and shortly before 9 p.m., she was kidnapped and forced into a stolen vehicle. Peel police said the woman was taken to several locations in Owen Sound before being released in the Toronto area about 48 hours later. The woman, police said, was not physically injured. On Tuesday, police confirmed that 9 people have been arrested in connection with the alleged incident, and a Canada-wide warrant has been issued for another person who has yet to be apprehended. Kidnapping charges have been laid against 28-year-old Newmarket man Muhammad Habibnia, 20-year-old Mississauga man Muhammad Carey, 22-year-old Concord, Ontario resident Daniel Gontarov, 22-year-old Mississauga resident Muhammad Halimi, Aaron Marshall, a 35-year-old man of no fixed address, 31-year-old Meaford resident Jessica Proctor, Teshon Atkins, a 19-year-old Oakville resident, and 46-year-old Darren McCain of Owen Sound. Muhammad Sully, a 26-year-old Mississauga man, has been charged with accessory after the fact to commit an indictable offense. Kareem Carey, a 22-year-old man from Mississauga, is also wanted in connection with the investigation. Police have not released any information about a possible motive for the kidnapping. Search warrants were executed at several residences and vehicles in Owen Sound and throughout the Greater Toronto Area. Nearly $240,000 worth of drugs and 2 extended handgun magazines with ammunition were seized, Peel police said in a news release issued Tuesday. 1 person is in custody after a school in Brampton was briefly placed in lockdown for a stabbing that injured 1 person. It's not clear where exactly the stabbing took place. Peel Regional Police said they received a call about a stabbing in the area of Steeles Avenue and Candy Road at around 10:23 a.m. In an updated message posted on Twitter, they said there was a report of a person who sustained minor injuries in a stabbing. Police did not name the school, but said at around 11:40 a.m. that the lockdown had been lifted and that 1 person had been taken into custody. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Kubra Ali. I'll see you back tomorrow, same time, same channel. Have a good night.